Welcome, people. It's Q from Q'd Up Productions, and today we're going to talk about saturation, texture, all those type of words that we like to use when we're talking about music and why we use them and why it's important in music. Okay, so I just have like a little excerpt, something really quick that I did. Please don't kill me on the mix or anything like that. You can see nothing's panned. I don't have a whole bunch of crazy effects or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play this, and I'm gonna play it without any saturation or any distortion at all. So here's what I got. Okay, so you get the gist of that. So just something really quick, just trying to go with some old school hip hop type of stuff, and really quick just to show you what type of saturation plugins. Can't even talk today. Some of the things that they got out there today. We have one from Melder Productions, which is M Saturator. I love using this one. Used it quite a bit. We have Decimort. Anybody that's into the lo-fi type of hip hop scene, then I'm sure you know about that one. This was a new one that came out around Black Friday from Waves, and they gave it away for free. It's called Berserk. I picked that up. Really nice addition to some saturation in different ways and approaches with it. Then they have this one called Texture. Came across this one on Plugin Boutique. Pretty good plug-in. I saw a couple of reviews on it. I saw that they had it for cheap, so I went ahead and picked that up. I think I spent like $30 or something like that on it. And then last but not least, the one that comes with your DAW, whatever DAW you have. I'm sure there's some type of saturation plug-in in there, and you can tweak it as you can and get what you can get out of that, and you probably would be just fine, honestly. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hear what it sounds like with all these plugins in. So once again, I'll just kind of A/B it a little bit. So okay, that's without. And here's with. Okay, I was just playing around with Decimort a little bit. I'm not sure if I had that exact preset, but anyway, doesn't matter. All right, so what does that do for us anyway? Think of it as you're walking across a wood floor, a straight laminate floor. It may have some very minor bumps and grooves in it, but really not enough to jump out at you. And then you take that same walk, and let's say you're walking on some really smooth rocks, uneven, bumpy. We don't want any spikes in it, but if you did have some spikes in it, that would be considered texture. And think of that texture as being 3D. So whatever you're doing to your music, you want it to come out at the listener. So if you listen to, we'll choose one instrument. So we'll choose this one. Okay, so that's with M Saturator applied on it. Well, let's take it off. Okay, and it's kind of subtle. And with that subtlety, I do want to give this bit of advice. Whenever you buy a new plugin or you want to try some type of plugin that has distortion or saturation or something like that on it, try to match the output gain. That way you can hear what the plugin is doing before you start doing a whole bunch of tweaking and things like that. The way they sell you on plugins, got to be careful, is that they will play music and then they'll add this plugin onto it, and all it'll do is make the music louder. And it's not doing anything new to your music than what you already had. So if you do buy a plugin, that's not to say that they're trying to scam you or anything like that, but to the untrained ear who's not really used to hearing anything, they know that you will hear loudness. You're gonna hear the difference in that. You're like, oh no, I gotta have that plugin. Now I don't fall into that trap. Look at plugins. Use the 14 or 30-day trials, whatever they have, nowadays for the trials on the plugins. And when you get them, match your gain with the gain that's coming out of it. That way you can turn it on and off, and the volume won't change, but you'll hear what it's doing to the music. So just a little bit of advice on that. So with this M Saturator, I don't remember how much I got it for. I think I got it in their free bundle, and you just had to register with them or something like that, and you got some ungodly amount. So go check those guys out at Melda Productions. Okay, so this M Saturator. So it has these different presets in it that you can go through. You can tweak if you're trying to go for a certain type of sound. Sometimes I'm into that. Sometimes I'm not. Just depends. I sometimes just want to get in and make music. I want some grittiness on it. I pop it on it and leave it, or I click through a couple of presets till I hear something I like and then roll with it. The main thing is to make sure that you have a process that you like and it works for you. Decimort, same thing. It's got all these different types of controls on it. Some of them I use, most of them I don't. That's the truth. So Berserk, honestly, you could just sit here and click through the presets, and I guarantee you're probably going to come up with something that you like. If you love 808s and destroying 808 sounds, just make a sine wave or something like that, or make you an 808 and throw this on it, and have at it. It'll get it done for you. One thing that I'm learning about texture. Texture is a unique, very unique plugin. It can be added to all types of sounds. Like, I really can add any plugin to any type of sound. Don't get me wrong. But they have some presets that are specific for if you're trying to do percussion or you want to do synths or anything like that. And it kind of gives you specifics on what you're gonna get. Another one that I don't have on any of these plugins that is another great one is RC20. I'm pretty sure quite a few people know about RC20. If you're going to use RC20, most people use it for the degradation to get that old type of color from like vinyl records and stuff like that. But if you don't want to do that, you can take the noise off, take the wobble off, and just use this distortion. And you've got some different things to choose from inside of there. And you can tweak those as necessary too. So a lot of these plugins, like I said, they have similar things that they do. And you can go in and, it's always good to go in and tweak. You may find a use for a plugin and it's not its intended use, but it does exactly what you want. So again, it's all about experimentation in your music. Always look to grow. And this is just my take on saturation and texture and things like that. And, hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. And if so, be sure to like, subscribe. Hit the notifications button so you stay up to date on all my latest content, and most of all, stay queued up. Peace.